Hey everybody, welcome back. Not great 820 runs so far, but I gotta tell you, I've been so into Slay the Spire. I've been rejuvenated by those 820 victories recently. It's like Crims Hemsworth used his body as a conduit to reignite a dying star at the heart of the Forge of Content. I'm ready to go. Oh, 99 gold for a chosen rare. This one's tough for me. I love Corpse Explosion. I think Corpse Explosion is amazing. It's like the best AoE card, maybe in the game, honestly. Next to Grand Finale actually working. But an upgraded Glass Knife against a single target is also interesting. But I think AoE is more dangerous for me. The number one thing is the silent that's been a problem for us. I actually don't mind this path, I think. The number one thing that's been a problem for us as the silence, this would be, yeah, it would cost us 1 strike to play this, which is well worth it, I think. The number one thing that's been a problem for us is the silent on floor 1 has honestly been the Knob Goblin. Which again, Knob Goblin. It sounds like a character from a Paul Thomas Anderson movie, but that's fine. I had to take 1 damage there, in my own opinion. Unfortunately, we still wouldn't quite get you on this one, so we gotta do something like that. And then you should be dead to a single strike. Or a Corpse Explosion again, for that matter. So we definitely want some kind of protection against, oh, I love this. Right, it costs 2. Some kind of protection against the Knob Goblin. And just in general, I think the best protection against the Knob Goblin, there's 2 things. One of them is obvious, and it's just high damage. If we could get high damage, I'd be a happy man. The other one is honestly like a fire potion or something. I'll take a leg sweep, but Predator, it honestly might have been a better choice, but leg sweep, I think, if we make it through the Knob Goblin, I think leg sweep is better for us on basically every other fight. That's my 2 cents on the subject, at least. So, for Knob Goblin, I honestly, just getting a fire potion would be helpful. I'll take whatever, but that's up there. I'll take a poison stab just to hopefully augment our damage here early. I definitely will not do that. It's too risky. I will super take a bouncing flask. I don't really... Here's the thing. It might seem like I'm in love with the poison deck. Both of these add 3 poison. I think I'd rather have targetable 3 poison, I guess, but... And this is exactly where you want Corpse Explosion, just for the record. But you also need to be able to... I'm just thinking about how I want to do this. I think I want to put this on you. And we're going to have to wait for Corpse Explosion to come back around, but that's not the kiss of death. I don't want to get seduced by the poison deck every single time. But if they give you the chance to take something like... Piercing Whale. Not Piercing Whale. Like a Corpse Explosion. Is hard not to get sucked in by that. Now this is a bummer. But it's okay. It's really what we're trying to do. We're rolling the dice now. If we draw a Corpse Explosion and a strike, he's basically dead. He's literally dead. And we did draw a Corpse Explosion. It's okay. We'll take 15 damage, which is much worse, but it's also kind of par for the course on these elite fights. It doesn't bother me. And you're actually not all dead, but presumably we will draw, on average, 1 attack per... Yeah, and then just give me 2 attacks on that turn. It's, you know, it is what it is. Fossilized Helix, very good, by the way. Well worth it. I'm going to take a Skewer, because the whole thing about the Skewer is... Well, to be honest, whether we fight the Lagavulin or the... I still think we should rest. And maybe we can smith before the Hexaghost. Whether we fight the Lagavulin or the Knobgoblin, and it is the Lagavulin here, I think we're going to be stoked to have something like Skewer for super high damage. So I like this a lot. It doesn't matter whether we hit you or not, but I like that a lot because it means that we're going to get Bouncing Flask likely on this turn. And I think, you know, between doing 21 damage or putting 9 poison on you, well, we can put 9 poison on you and then do 7 damage. That seems like probably the best option. Now we want to draw Neutralize. Piercing Wail is pretty much, you know, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other on that one. Alright, so now we'd love, I was just going to say more poison would also be a nice call here. So he is dead. We took almost no damage. Our aggressive path is being vindicated for certain. And we got good damage potential. I don't think we need a second Skewer. I don't think we need a... Flying Knee I've come to see as kind of a bad card, honestly. I think we can afford to be slightly aggressive here because we got Hexaghost coming up. And honestly, Darkstone, the most important thing for me about Darkstone is just remembering that we can give ourselves max HP now. So you're going to be at 47. I could take you down to 32. That's terrible. We're not going to draw much in the way of attacks next turn, but you're going to be taking 15 minimum. I think I do want to hit you a little bit. So we want to hit you for less than 12. That'll take you to 41. Why is my math so bad? That'll take you to 39. And you're definitely going to split on this turn. So we toss you something like this. 2 times 19. I hate that you both attack, but it's also kind of... Again, is commonplace. Basically now, we just wait for Corpse Explosion to hopefully show up next turn. And you're both dead. I don't know. I don't necessarily think we need a deadly poison, honestly. I think we have enough poison going on right now. We don't need to quintuple down. This is a very tough choice. I think I'm going to gain the gold. Let's roll the dice on this one. It's a little touchy. I won't deny that. But I do think it's also like the right choice. This one sucks because you're like, I really want to weaken him. But we got a good draw on getting defense next turn. I mean, obviously we'll hit him with one of these. But I think you definitely want to put like a Corpse Explosion on him early. You got to get that damage out there. It's exactly what we wanted. So we basically got super lucky. I figured, you know, it just didn't seem right to go for the rest in this situation. You know, resting for the Hexaghost, it might actually genuinely keep you alive in some situations. However, it also, it means that you've got more work to do because you're making your life harder for yourself because he's going to get stronger over time. But, are we really willing to lose buffer to get another Corpse Explosion out there? I actually think the answer to that question, for once, is no. I think we've got him on a good enough timer that we don't need to play another Corpse Explosion right away. Might not seem like it, by the way, but that's like that's a big change for me. To not immediately go for the extra damage. Now here we have no choice, so we might as well at least block half of the... Well, it'll block all the incoming damage, but it does use our buffer. And now this is where you want to come in here and be like, okay, we're going to hit you for 27, and you need to get hit for literally 2 to be killed, and we've done it. Although we will take 6 damage at the end of it. Still well worth it. Okay. Burst, After Image, Die, Die, Die. I always say the same thing here, but I think Burst is your play because it doubles up on Corpse Explosion. Dude, I think, honestly, I think you take Sneck OI. I really do. I think that Sneck OI, it's better than an energy relic, might be a little bit of a stretch. But I think it's more than good enough. So now we have to consider, what would we even want to upgrade? Bouncing Flask for sure, Burst for sure. So I actually think getting Campfires early, maybe with a little dash of Elite play, might be a wise outlet for us. One Elite though, I don't know. Because you got to remember, like, it's not about surviving the second floor. You're going to need something like Pantograph probably. So it's a little scary, but I'm going to try this heavy question mark path. My philosophy... 20 damage, huh? I really don't want to use my buffer. My philosophy honestly boils down to, like... Let's throw everything at the wall now that we've gotten through the first floor and try to make this buffer actually happen. So I don't like this, just for the record, but for survival's sake, I think a survivor dumping something we can't afford to play to begin with. Now we've avoided taking 11 damage. Hopefully we can draw a Corpse Explosion in time to play it on this guy and kill both, but... Okay, I mean, you have to play Corpse Explosion. And then you just hope that at least... Sure, 2 of them hitting you actually is, like, exactly the right amount, I think. So I think we got super lucky there. This fight has illuminated something for me, though. I'm just trying to... You're going to take 50. And you're going to be at 49. I actually think you might get away. I'm not willing to spend anything to make it happen. Oh, because you lose the block first, we're actually good. Alright. Can't really afford to do that. This fight is illuminated that, in my opinion, I think we need more defense. So I will take Writhe. We have extra card draw on the first turn anyway, and this does give us max HP, so I figured it was worth a try. I'll just take the gold, which might be cowardice, but we have so many cards that warrant an upgrade, but I think Burst is definitely the best right now. You can be a big problem, but Corpse Explosion, Bouncing Flask is a very, very good start. And we're rolling. Dude, I gotta be honest with you, the runs I did last night were garbage. And yet, like last night, off camera, we're just complete trash. I was worried I'd come in here with a little bit of a hangover, basically. I mean, he's not quite dead. But why not do this anyway? Just to be funny, it doesn't really do anything. Just hit him once. Please, tell me I haven't put that many dazes down here. Oh, alright, I mean, that's fine. At the end of the day, he's still dead, but I think we've, apart from being a little zany there for no reason, I think we've been playing a pretty good game so far. Certainly, I think a choke with a Sneck OI is a pretty easy choice. This is a good fight for us. We really want Corpse Explosion as soon as possible, obviously. I mean, to get a 0-cost choke is comically good. You know, why don't we just draw 3 cards? We're already confused. Yeah, I think you accept your sacrifice here. You play your 0-cost cards to hurt him. You put Corpse Explosion on him, and then you say, you know what? I know we're taking 17 damage. It's not that bad for an elite fight. So you're already dead. You have to get hit. That'll lead you to death. So we'll play Burst, Bouncing Flask, just for fun. Okay. Art of War. Not really what we're looking for, but a Fire Potion is very nice. Looking for more great, expensive cards to add. Honestly, don't shoot the messenger. Upgrading is really useful, but I think removing a curse... I don't know if it's better. That's not fair to say. Man, I would love to play Corpse Explosion. I think we have to start here and hope that at least one of them hits you. Alright, well, this is essentially this is a wasted turn. The problem is Choke wouldn't have gotten either of them either. So this is a real scary-ish situation. Not much of a point either way. This guy, we're only going to get through him with poison, more or less, so... I think you stall him. We take 6. But this buys us 3 turns of weakness, which protects us for almost our entire frailty. And, I mean, I'm just gonna level with you. Like, yes, I would love to put poison on him, but if we don't have the energy, if we don't have the economy to play it, we don't have the economy to play it, right? So, Burst Corpse Explosion kills him. And we're still doing fine. I don't think, all things considered, on 3 energy, this has been bad for us so far. Ice Cream is a very interesting relic for us. You know, like, I mean, if you don't take Shuriken, you're kind of inviting evil into your life. I think. We're gonna have a lot of turns where we can play many attacks. Nothing else here really appeals to me. Caltrops is interesting, but expensive. Or, not expensive, cheap. Quite the opposite. With Mummified Hand, though, I actually think Caltrops would have been maybe a decent play, but I'm going to take a backflip just because I think draw does get a little bit better if you have Snecko Eye. Now, the Elite is in a flex position. We could choose to fight them or we could choose to ignore them. And this is one where you just look at it and you're like, I really hope it goes left to right. I would love to block the damage coming from you with my artifact. But we could also, I don't know. Do we have 1 free defend? I think no matter what, you play this for 1. You know what? I think we honestly just do something like that. Work with me, dude. That's fine. It's not the way I necessarily would have wanted it to go, but it's fine. With 4 energy this turn, because of Ice Cream. Don't really care about killing you. Although you're not dead next turn. So I think we hit you once. That way you'll be dead next turn before you can attack. Certainly, if I could burst to defend and have it do anything, I'd be stoked. We can't. So I'll hit you with a Piercing Wail. And then our only, like, viable move is that, in my opinion. I mean, you might as... It didn't matter. We weren't getting through his block. It's actually a functionless strike. So this guy is definitely going to die. And he's going to make me vulnerable, which is the scary proposition. So you start here. And here. This is gonna hurt. But it's gonna hurt him as well. I think we're probably gonna end up not fighting the Elite. It's just a little too dicey right now. I mean, this is obviously terrible. Anything that costs 0 gets played early. Corpse Explosion is essentially meaningless. 32 damage. It will not kill you. But... So you're on... Let's be realistic. You have 40 HP. You're on 28. This will do 24. But if I add another 6, you don't even have to crunch the numbers. We got you. Not by much, but we got you. I am kind of coming to the point where we've added so little to this deck recently. Yeah, I'll go for this one. We've added so little to this deck recently that to me... It does seem like we haven't really improved it on this floor, basically at all. 18 damage still, huh? That's a hard one to stomach for me. We can only play a block. I think you do this. You take your block potion, corpse explosion this guy, and then, you know, you take 1 damage. Big whoop. Basically, what I'm getting at right now is I think it's gonna be a struggle. I don't really care who I weaken. Probably you're still the best option. It's gonna be a struggle to beat the boss. I'm kind of trying to figure out, like, mentally how we're gonna get the tools we need to defeat the 2nd floor boss here. If we defeat the 2nd floor boss, we can't do it. Well, no, I don't think we can do it. If we can defeat the 2nd floor boss, I'm not gonna say that we're sitting pretty, because I don't think that's fair. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that's just a dream come true. But if we get energy out of that, I do think, like, that's a huge jump for us. Choke is almost gonna kill you too fast. I think, you know what I like here? We have so many good cheap cards. You're so close to death no matter what. I just had to hit you with, like, literally anything. This is one you want to think it through. Well, I mean, burst corpse explosion is obviously fine. But I think, honestly, first move, I like a bursted backflip. And you might be like, NL, you lost it. And you might be right. But now we have enough block to stall a little bit. We might as well corpse explosion you. We still have 1 energy to work with. Choke doesn't do anything for us here. This is still... I'm actually very positive about this, believe it or not. I think that was not bad at all, really. And he is dead. We didn't even lose our buffer that time. Just any card that's not 1 or 0 energy is such an easy add to this deck. And we can't do it. I mean, it's not great, okay? I'll level with you. But to at least get rid of this guy's negative artifacts and put 9 poison on him, I'll take it. You know what is a big pain in the butt right now? No potions. So we definitely have to... We're going to have to kill these guys. We made that mistake last time of not trying to go for them. I think this time we definitely want to go for them. To be honest, poison would have killed him faster, but I don't want to lose a buffer for 8 damage. That's a coward's play. I don't mind losing Piercing Wail as long as it means we still get to keep Bouncing Flask around. So can we get to 16 block? We can get to 15 block. Unfortunately, that means the answer is no. What we can do is get to 10 block. I mean, it doesn't matter whether we play it or not. We'll get to 10 so that we do get to at least take no damage, although it does use our buffer, which is extremely bad for us. Certainly you want a corpse explosion here, but if we're going to choke somebody, we might as well choke this guy for 0. Because I think we're going to get you anyway. So corpse... We might want to try to draw real quick. We're going to need block anyway. What I was looking for was burst, but that's fine. So I can do 14. Doesn't really matter much here, I think. I think that's okay. You're not dead, which is hilarious. That's actually funny. I don't care who you are. Okay, so you gave me Bouncing Flask back, which is like super good play. We get a strength upgrade. I'm not gonna mess with you on this one. It's gonna be close. It's a 58 damage turn with a free neutralize and a free leg sweep and a free defend. That's just about as good as it's gonna get for us. And I will definitely put up 8 extra block. You know what we need in this deck is dexterity. So to add like footworks, oddly shaped stones, or oddly smooth stone, whatever the heck it's called. I'd be over the moon, brother. Okay, we need to do a lot. This might be our piercing whale turn. Let's run the numbers. It's worth running. So he's doing 30. We need to put up 1 block. Okay, let's not run the numbers because we're actually gonna be fine. Always nice when that happens. So this is really where things could pop off. If you give me an energy relic, and to be honest, a catalyst would also be like a big help. I think Malaise is definitely... X cards are very interesting in these Sneko-Eye decks. I think Malaise could render some of these bosses basically impotent. So I definitely think that Malaise is on the list. And I think you certainly would be like, Sozu's the play. So we're looking for Catalyst ideally and some dexterity. In theory, Corpse Explosion bodies the first phase here. Realistically, though, I mean, we've only made it to the 3rd floor as the Silent, probably, like, I don't know, not that often on A20. Maybe, like, 5 or 6 times. So this is already pretty special. I think we have to try the semi-aggressive Elite path. And I'm going to hit a campfire along, or a shop along the way. Because I want to be able to have a chance to add footwork. We do have Mummified Hand. I want to have a chance to add a lot of things, to be honest. But we would like to put up 11 block this turn. Notice I didn't say need. I would like to draw as well. Is a bursted backflip worth it? I don't believe so. Let's just start with the backflip. We got a free neutralize. Okay, so we need to put up... Well, I'd like to put up another 14 block if possible. I think the way I'm going to do this is like that. We do get the strength up. We're passing. We're basically just waiting. I mean, you know the play. We're waiting on Corpse Explosion. And then once we get Corpse Explosion out there, we're waiting for the kill. So you got to try this. Okay, you've now become probably priority target number 1. I'm racking my brain. Like, is there any way that we could conceivably kill you this turn? And the answer is unfortunately no. It's not really worth playing a defend because it only blocks the first attack. And I think it's going to go yoink yoink. It's going to go yoink yoink. It does matter. Maybe. I'm just thinking, basically my philosophy here was get this guy poisoned so he dies to Corpse Explosion. Has to be done. Doesn't really matter what we do with this, but might as well put it out there. You know, you might think I lost it, but could have been worse, honestly. I think acrobatics can work in a Sneko-Eye deck. You're hoping, it's risk-reward, you know, you're hoping to draw, and I'll just take that, but you're hoping to draw a lot of cheap cards for a low price. Now, you look at your defense here, 12, we're lucky. Because as a result of that, we can take no damage, keep our buffer, and now we got this guy on a big timer. Still waiting on Catalyst. Any kind of dex gain. I think this is the turn where you capitalize on the existence of your buffer. And then you gotta choose. I think you just hit him. It gave us a strength up, too. I thought about playing acrobatics. You could have drawn a lot of stuff that cost 0. I mean, it's one of those situations you might have been in the clear no matter what. So, that was a good play, or a good fight at least. Terror is an interesting card for us. Oh, dude. Fight a boss from Act 1. Please. I'm not going to run through the numbers in my head of what rare relics exist in the game. Oh, that's the good stuff. We're not going to get 3 more attacks. Unless we got an amazing backflip. So I'm just going to catch him with one of those. Might as well. I don't know. Boss Relic is one step above Rare Relic. So I think... I'm not fully sure what he could actually give us. But whatever it is... Oh, man. It's like a, so you're saying there's a chance sort of moment. Single burst. We'll play a defend for free. And then we'll double up on this malaise here. And this is what we want to do against the bosses, basically. They're dead before they can do anything. It's amazing. Definitely, that's too expensive. I mean, this is just a situation where you're like, I want to play the right cards just to make sure that we're, you know, staying in the zone. We don't want to get too overconfident here. Because I really don't think there's any reason to be overconfident. Like, we're not necessarily in a position where I would consider us to be, like, lights out victorious, you know? I think that we have a chance against the boss. Incense Burner is actually very interesting as well. I think we have a chance against the boss, but there's a long way to go. Lose acrobatics or neutralize. Take my neutralize. We're going to rest just to maximize our odds of beating this elite. And then we got to choose. I'm going to level with you. I don't feel confident fighting 2 elites. I know that's cowardice, but it's cowardice with a darn good reason in this context here. 24 damage, and all of our defends are very expensive. Well, no matter what, we're taking either 13 or 11 damage. There's no getting around that. So I think if that's the case, you just toss one of these out there, and you might as well strike somebody. Maybe Corpse Explosion next turn. This is going to sound like sour grapes. I don't really mean it like that, but this is really bad draw. We have 5 energy, so I'll start with acrobatics. I think that went very well. Honestly, just dump... we're never going to play a 2-cost defend here. The question is, are we going to play burst? And for now, the answer is no. Skewers, like, it's interesting, but for 2 energy, we don't really want to do it. I think we'd rather do it on the Exploder. And we'll play this just to get you choked out here. If we don't... Oh, I guess we're guaranteed to draw Corpse Explosion. Oh, maybe we're not, because we're going to have so many dazes now. We obviously want Corpse Explosion, and we're lucky enough to get it. We are going to take 9 damage. Doesn't really matter what we do there. That's okay. It's really 7 once you consider that we're going to heal, you know, after the fact. But again, Dex or some healing in between fights that isn't just 2 HP would be nice. Dex in particular. Can't afford... Like, Storm of Steel I actually think is just pretty bad here. Alright, interesting. I feel like desperate times call for desperate measures. Why do I like this fight right now? Well, a couple of reasons. One is we have an artifact. Or we have a buffer. The other one, straight up, is that next turn we're intangible. I don't know if we have to play this. So I'm gonna play it. Because I don't think we're going around that many times. You know what I mean? So we're definitely taking no damage this turn. Next turn we're taking a maximum of 2 damage if we play no blocks. I'm willing to throw it all at the wall here. And the whole point is that, like, in a few turns, hopefully you'll be dead to Corpse Explosion. This next turn is the tricky one, though. I was hoping we wouldn't live to see this happen. You have to Corpse Explosion. He's dead in 2 turns. I mean, you might just want to, honestly, do something like that. There is no way you're doing better than that, so we're taking 28 damage. Puts us low, but they're both dead. Puts us real low. Can't be weakened. Dude, I'm dying with these card rewards. It's okay. This guy... I don't know how you play this guy, to be honest. Certainly, I'll tell you, one way or the other, you're going to love a burst. I think you love a burst Corpse Explosion. Malaise is very interesting. You should lose 8 strength and have 8 weakness. We'll still probably take a little chip damage, but maybe not. Okay, so this probably sets us up for what I would hope is essentially a free fight, although he is doing 27 damage right away. Still really bad. So we have 5 energy. We're definitely going to draw. Don't dump cheap stuff. Would love to play leg sweep, just can't. It's a bummer, but, you know, we'll take our hit on this turn. We still get to do 5 damage to him, which is fair. He's taking a turn off from attacking, which is probably is positive for us. Those burns are real dangerous. We can only take 1 damage this turn, though. Okay, okay. I'm okay being hit for 1. The only question is, what do we want to do? I love the idea of keeping him weak for even more turns. I think we'll draw just to see if we can get some cheaper stuff. And, I mean, sure. At least throw something at the wall here. We get to roll that 1 energy over to the next turn. He's taking another turn off, but this is where you'd expect, you know, maybe some burns to start coming in, as the case has proven here. It's 24 extra poison. Because of burst, our next skill gets played twice, so let's double up on draw. We're not taking damage. We probably have to survive, because he's only going to take 1 from the poison on this turn. We have to survive this turn, basically. So, we're very lucky. We drew a lot of cheap stuff, and it's just barely going to keep us alive. I'm very glad we did not fight multiple elites, although, to be honest, we kind of did by fighting for that rare relic earlier. Sneaky strike, it's just not good enough. Now, this could kill us. If it kills us, I think we could safely feel like we did our part on this run. I don't feel like I dropped the ball. Let's go for 46, just because... well, I mean, I hope it's obvious, but it kills all of them. Instead of 45, leaving some of them alive. Maybe with block to work through. Well, it's too expensive, unfortunately. No. Okay, hit him with the weakness, 29. So we're actually taking no damage, which is awesome. We need, if we can we can play 2 more attacks, so we only need to play 1. We might as well maximize on this right here. This guy still needs to get hit for 9 to kill him. But that's not bad. Everything else totally okay. I really, honestly, well-laid plans, easiest choice of my life. I think that we did our all on this run. I think it's clear, you know, from my commentary, my discourse, we've put everything that we have into this run, and we've, in my opinion, done a pretty good job. It's tough, right? It's a tough one. Obviously, this turn he's not doing anything. I think you rely on the fact you're going to obviously have poison next turn. Hit him with the best melees available. He's doing 35. Obviously, at some point, we're probably going to have to use our buffer. We want poison on him, but it's got to be the right situation. I don't know, man. Choke, it just seems like not that good here, but maybe you could choke, you get acrobatics, you know, some zero cost cards that also do damage themselves. Put up a little bit more block on top of that, and we are using buffer this turn. We gotta survive 3 more turns. And my man's doing 50 damage. That's rough. That's not easy to deal with. Or is it? Ah, whatever. Just dump it, dude. He's doing 10. Perfect. Perfect amount of damage. I really appreciate that. You've done me an incredible service you don't even understand. Definitely should have bursted that, but you know what? We'll burst them on the piercing whale. He's doing 48 damage, which seems impossible. That does not seem possible. Still hanging tough. 65 damage. I do not at all appreciate what we've drawn here. I don't appreciate it. So he should be doing 38 damage. Which means there should be no excuse for us to die. This would take him 39. He should be doing 26 damage. Plus another 12. I think you do it like this. I think this was our best outcome. He should do 12 damage, but the poison's been a little finicky. He's doing 22. It's bad. Don't get me wrong. This is going to be, it's going to be real tough. Please, God, the good draws. Okay. Very closely examine what's coming out here. You got a great turn of intangibility. You'd still love to block. And we want to purge your debuffs. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Send them back. Okay. We could focus on you. It's a little scary. I think at this point we have to focus on you, and this decision is unlikely to be what costs me the game. I know that this guy buffs, but we're hoping that this is going to be done in time. That it's not going to matter. So what I would love to do here is burst a survivor. You know, dump this, and then burst a malaise. We take no damage because of the buffer. And then he's doing 10. Big whoop. We can't play choke and defend. Well, maybe we can. That made defend free, so we'll just play everything now. Really appreciate the extra energy, honestly, because it also gave me, it rolls over to the next turn. 36 damage, obviously scary. Start with a free acrobatics. And you know what? We should dump something too expensive to play. At this point, a 3 energy corpse explosion is too expensive to play. I think I'm gonna take a longer tail approach to this fight. And I did think about this very carefully, to be honest. You know, if we don't play a strike, and the strike has almost no value, we actually get extra energy out of Corpse Explosion, so... Or out of Art of War, so I think we try that. I wanted to poison him, but I thought, you know what, maybe it's not the right time. So this time we want to get to 14 block. It will not be possible. Life goes on. Hit him. Hit him. Hit him. Hit him. Okay. Well, That sucks. We'll take 4 damage. It's not that bad. I think we'll do it like this. We really need to stack... once we've committed to stacking poison on you, it's kind of hard to bail out of that, to be honest. Still keep you weak, because this fight's going on a lot longer than I'd like it to. Can we get to 30 block? We can get to 27. I guess we will stack poison. Forget the bouncy flag. We need it to be cheaper to be playable. And just, I'm begging you, dude, just stack up some poison on this son of a gun. Okay, we got intangibility this turn. To be honest, we'd rather have it next turn, but I'm not gonna be super negative about that. This is a situation where it's unfortunate because we're just, our damage potential is just so slow against this guy, but we have to store burst even if this guy's got choke on him. 36 damage, okay. I think you can afford to start acrobatics, and we were looking for like a leg sweep, for example, but we need to stay alive. So the obvious one there is just burst defend. And I'd rather put 18 guaranteed poison on you than swing for the fences. And we haven't played any attacks yet, so let's pass turn and hold a strike. It's gonna be tight. We knew it was gonna be tight. We're also gonna have to flawless the next boss. I just want you to know, I'm giving it everything I have. 13 by, I mean, we need to draw. To live, we need to draw. Or kill him, but we can't kill him, so we need to draw. And I think this is the end of our existence, but no, we will live. And again, we haven't played any attacks, so we might as well get the extra energy rolled over, I guess. If we kill this guy on this turn somehow, you will also die. But I don't know how we would get there. There's no question, you have to be weakened. You're doing 40 damage. We cannot get there. I feel all the dopamine leaving my body. And I'm still like, I haven't given up yet. I'm like, dude, we can get him. Dude, we can get him. It's easy. 44 plus 20. So you're saying there's a chance. Oh my god. Oh, this is the easiest choice of my life. You burst, you play Survivor, and get rid of some stuff that's too expensive. By the way, everything is too expensive. Then you hit this guy with the world's best malaise. Okay, let's do it, brother. Do not go gentle into that good night. Forget well-laid plans for now. It's too dangerous. How do we live? You got a block. That's a big one. Let's just see. Are we living? No. Are we living? No. No. Are we living? Yes. We're living. We lose our artifact. Not much we can do about that. Okay, so I think you do play this no matter what. And then I think you gotta go for this son of a gun right here. That's alright. Next turn we have intangibility. We only play one power, dude. We only play one power. So you have to go, preferably this turn, but to just make sure you die next turn would also be fine. For one, certainly you play this. I'm not that mad. That's fine. What do we choose? Dude, honestly, Even though it's crazy expensive, Piercing Wail for 3 could save our lives. If this guy does a big multiple attack. So you're dead, you're dead. Good, 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 good. Now let's just think about this for a second. He's doing 13. Can we put up 13 block? Yes. Easily. I would like to put up 13 block. So just store this burst. I know we had Piercing Wail earlier, but I think burst is probably a little bit better. It's a pretty simple situation. I think you choke, burst, you play survivor, you get rid of this, you get rid of... Honestly, get rid of this. We will store the energy, and we will store our 1-cost defend. 12 damage. Gives me a heart attack every time here. Let's see. 12 block. 7 turns of weakness, by the way. That's real nice. So we'll put 24 poison on you. Or, sorry, 12 poison. And then, this might be a time where you say to yourself, Self, maybe it'd be wise for us to store our energy. We're not close to getting a big attack. Just keep your defense. And, you know, we're not trying to stall. We're just trying to make sure we have energy if we draw a handful of, like, 3-cost basic defense. You know what I mean? Like, I'll pay 2 for more poison. That seems very sensible to me. And I'll tell you, I wish I could store more cards, dude. I do. I like not playing a strike here. Because we get to roll over even 1 extra energy on top of Art of War. So we're building an energy economy that as long as we draw defends, we're fine. Right now, we do need to draw another defend to avoid having to play Piercing Wail. I don't really want to burst acrobatics. Probably should have, apparently. Let's get rid of choke for now. I know we have a big energy economy, but still. This is a situation where you could play Piercing Wail and take no damage. However, this time I might like to gain a strength here. Still have 6 energy. Even though we don't have a whole lot of energy remaining, I think I would still prefer... Or, oh, not a whole lot of energy, a whole lot of HP. I think we're basically in one hit we die territory anyway. Here's my thinking. Next turn we have intangibility. Let's end turn, hold skewer just in case we can get a lethal kill. I'm functioning on the principle that if we get hit once, we're dead anyway. So who cares about losing half of our remaining HP when our remaining HP is like 0? Okay, so free poison is nice. Bouncing Flask for 2 is still a good play. And dude, can you, by the way, how good would a Catalyst have been on this deck? Just throwing it out there, by the way, for the record. Just trying to offer the suggestion. How incredible that would have been. Skewer will hit you for 54. It's not that it's not good enough. It's just that... Well, let's see. We would get 11... We'd get 99 damage next turn. I think if we end turn and hold Skewer, we can kill you. You know what I'm thinking? I'm like, dude, if we really stall, what if we could get to 30 energy and then just play Skewer for lethal? Is that the play? Just live long enough to get a 40 energy Skewer out there? I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't see why we wouldn't try that right now. So we're just keeping the weakness going here. Now, I'm not holding Skewer, because this guy's going to be dead in a couple turns anyway. Let's hold Backflip. We only need to do like 20 damage to him anyway. I'm thinking this big Skewer play could do it. I'm just, you know, don't get overconfident. Don't make dumb moves, more or less. This whole thing might be a dumb move, but he's dead next turn. We're coming into the second phase of this fight with like 21 energy. This is probably a situation where I think we end turn because he's going to die to poison. We hold this incredible 1 energy leg sweep. See what we draw. He's doing 40 damage, which is way too much. Certainly you leg sweep him. Now he's doing 30. Certainly you play a defend. Now he's doing 30. Certainly you play a piercing wail. He's doing 25. And we get to 26. And then you stall him for 1 more incredible turn. This is definitely a burst situation. So you're definitely gonna burst backflip. Oh my! I mean, this is obvious. You're gonna toss him a corpse explosion. I know what you're thinking. NL, you had burst. Why do that? It's a very valid point, honestly, but we're probably going to lose some energy to get it done, but it's still worth it. So I do think this is where we would, like, choke him. Obviously, bounce it. We have to play this defend. I just want to make sure I know that for a fact. I think you hit him. We have played attacks already, so... And then, this would give us 1 extra strength, which I think does make it worth playing. Also makes the math very simple. We're going to be doing like 170 damage to him next turn. And we have intangibility! Which means we can stall for 1 more turn. This is where you crunch the numbers. Next turn, if we play a survivor just to take no damage and live, hold skewer. We'll roll over 16 and get 5 energy. We'll do 210 damage and we will finish Ascension 20 on all characters. $200 damage. Just in case. There are those who said it would never be done. Never. Give up. And here we are. With 5 HP. And a 20 damage skewer. Ascension 20 is done. It's over. My brain, my skull hurts as my brain expands. I can hear the cracking and the micro fractures. The flesh required between my ears to get that done. Good God. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. And I'll see you next time. See ya!